The book of Daniel is clearly one of the most interesting, intriguing books of the whole Bible. In just a few chapters, it contains a myriad of teachings, informations, and the most important prophecies of all times. I would say the first apocalyptic book was written by Daniel. About 20 years ago, I was lucky to find a booklet from the Adventist. And when I read it, I was, very curious about it, because they were saying, according to the prophecy of Daniel, in 1844, it happened something magnificent for the Lord. So I became intrigued by the date, and I was reading the booklet, and I went to the book of Daniel, and I found out that clearly it is very intriguing. Before to go ahead, let me read Ezekiel 4, verse 6. This is important. It says, and when thou hast accomplished them, lie again on the right side, and thou shalt bear the iniquity of the house of Judah 4 years. I have appointed thee each day for a year. So we see here that sometimes, or many times, when it talks about a day in the prophecy, it refers at 1 year. So if we go and we read chapter 8 and 9 in Daniel, we see that it's possible to track down time from that point on. And for example, there is a prophecy talking about 2,300 evenings and mornings related to the last days. And since we know that the year in which the prophecy was given is 457 before Christ, it is therefore possible for us to arrive at the days in which the prophecy would have been fulfilled. Fortunately, we also have another way to determine the same dates. It's always better to have two witnesses, especially if you are talking about scriptures. However, before we examine these prophecies, it is important to us, like I said, to understand that the day it represents 1 year. So, let's go ahead and read in chapter 8 of Daniel, the very beginning. It says, in the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me Daniel. So we know the date, the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, which is possible to determine the exact year in the Old Testament. Okay? Let's see what he saw in this vision. Okay? Then I lifted up mine eyes, and I saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high. But one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. And go ahead, and I don't want to read the whole things because it would take too much. But I want to go at the verse 13, it says, then I heard the one saint speaking, and another saint said unto that certain saint which spake, how long shall be the vision concerning the daily sacrifice and the transgression of desolation, to give both the sanctuary and the host to be trodden underfoot? And he said unto me, unto 2,300 days, then shall the sanctuary be cleansed. And so I go ahead, and after that he says, in the vision, verse 26, and the vision of the evening and the morning which was told is true. Wherefore shut thou up the vision, for it shall be for many days. So we have a vision here. It would be fulfilled after 2,000 sorry, I forgot the number here. 2,300 here, and it will be fulfilled, and it's true. But the most important thing is that he says here that it would be concerning the daily sacrifice, okay? And so we know that to make a sacrifice, you have to spill your blood. And we know all the prophets, they had to seal their testimony by blood. And mostly all the prophets were killed. There is another interesting, very interesting scriptures in Daniel 9:21 to 27. It says, "Yeah, whilst I saw speaking in prayer, even the man Gabriel, which is the archangel, whom I had seen in the vision at the beginning, being caused to fly swiftly, touched me about the time of the evening oblation. And he informed me and talked with me and said, O Daniel, I am now come forth to give thee skill and understanding. At the beginning of thy supplication the commandment came forth, and I am come to shew thee, for thou art greatly beloved. Therefore understand the matter and consider the vision. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression and to make an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring in everlasting righteousness and to seal up the vision and prophecy and to anoint the most holy." Okay, now therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the prince shall be 7 weeks and 2 weeks. The street shall be built again, and the wall even in trouble's time. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and then and the end thereof shall be flood, and unto the end of the war desolation are determined. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease, and for the overspreading of abomination he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation, and that determined shall be poured upon the desolate. This is the prophecy regarding the Messiah. So we have to prophecy here. One talking about something very important in the last days, able to cleanse the table of the sacrifice, and the other one is talking about the Messiah giving his atonement. So, since we have the possibility to know the exact date of the prophecy, we will be able also to determine the fulfillment of those prophecies. We know for sure the second prophecy was fulfilled by Christ perfectly, and we know it happened according to this after 490 years. So, in fact, if you add 457 years after that, you go directly to the 34th year after Christ, when Jesus was crucified. So now, think about it. If you add 2,300 years, and you detract from these 490 years, which are the second prophecy, and you take off 34 years, you just arrive, like the Adventists were right, to the 844 years after Christ. What happened in that year? It was able to cleanse the, he says here, to cleanse the table of the sacrifice. There should be something like Jesus did and like other prophets did. I will do this in the next video.